Students and professionals are producing polished work, even when they can't explain what they wrote. More and more people, students and professionals, are using AI to submit work that sounds impressive on the surface, but falls apart the moment they're asked to explain it. And that is a problem. This morning, I had a student send me a paragraph he'd written as part of his homework for me, or rather, a paragraph that had clearly been written with assistance. It sounded really polished, it sounded smart, yeah, but was it his? So I asked him to explain the argument. He reread it and he still couldn't tell me what he was actually saying, which was kind of awkward because if you can't explain your own paragraph, it really isn't your own paragraph. It's clearly someone or something else's. And this isn't just a student problem. The same thing happens when someone uses AI to write a report or a proposal or a presentation at work, and then they cannot answer the obvious follow-up questions. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to use AI in a way that is actually helpful, but still defensible, meaning work that you can explain, justify, and stand behind, whether you're writing an essay or a proposal or a presentation. Why this matters. This is not a niche problem. AI literacy is quickly becoming a baseline academic and work skill, not some optional extra for all the keenos. St Bonaventure is now requiring first-year students to take AI literacy training. It's mandatory as part of their courses. And other unis are offering this too, Cornell, Cambridge, just to name a few. And this is not just happening at universities, but in the workplace too, where AI literacy is quickly becoming treated as a core skill. LinkedIn says AI literacy is now a core workplace requirement across multiple industries and one of the fastest growing skills across the UK workforce. Okay, none of us are really surprised by this. Of course not. It's everywhere. So the real question isn't, can students and professionals access AI? Of course they can. Obviously. The real question is, can people still think, explain and defend what they produce? A recent piece in Wonky warned that students are being trained to submit work they cannot fully explain. That, to me, is the whole massive issue. So the problem with AI is not just that it can help people cheat, it's that it helps people produce work they don't actually own. And that matters in university, obviously, but it also matters at work. Because if you write a proposal, a report or a presentation using AI and then someone asks, oh, why this recommendation? Or, oh, how did you get to that conclusion? You need to be able to answer. If you can't, the work might sound polished, but it just isn't defensible. Here is the standard I think everybody needs: defensible work. Defensible work is work you can explain, justify, and adapt under pressure. If you can't do those three things, it's not safely yours yet. Explain. You should be able to say in normal human language what your point is and how it answers the question or task. Not recite it, not vaguely, just gesture at it a bit, just actually explain it. Justify. You should know why that point is there, or why that source matters, or why you made the choices you made. Why this example? Why this structure? Why this interpretation? Why? You should know it. Adapt under pressure. If someone pushes back, asks a follow-up question, or challenges your wording, you should still be able to think with the idea. That means the work belongs to you. If it collapses the second someone pokes it, it was never really holding together in the first place, was it? So what does safe, sensible AI use look like? Well, it can be useful for brainstorming possible angles or helping you clarify a concept, generating questions to test your argument or checking structure after you've written a draft, helping you rehearse likely vivas, seminar, interview questions or Q&As after a presentation. That is using AI for support. What is riskier is asking it to write a paragraph for you, or using analysis you do not understand, paraphrasing things you haven't properly read, submitting something that sounds clever but you can't actually defend it if asked about it. And that is exactly what happened to my student this morning. The paragraph looked finished, but there was no ownership underneath it. It sounded, really polished, but it just wasn't defensible. And this matters beyond essays, because early career professionals and graduates are going into a world where entry-level jobs are massively changing. AI is totally reshaping expectations, and communication skills matter more, not less. If you can't explain your thinking clearly, respond to questions, or adapt your ideas under pressure, that will show up really quickly in interviews, presentations, meetings, and in your written work. So no, the goal is not to avoid AI entirely, of course not. The goal is to use it without becoming intellectually redundant. What can I say?
You need your brain, people.
So before you submit anything AI has touched, ask yourself, can I explain this? Can I justify this? Can I adapt it if someone questions me? If the answer is no, the work it is not ready. And if you want help building essays, dissertations, or presentations you can actually stand behind, that's exactly what I help people at the Edit Lab do. If this was useful, go on, give me a subscribe and let me know in the comments. Have you ever read something back and realised it sounded good but couldn't actually explain it? It's usually the moment the problem starts.